Hello. Today, I wanted to talk about forgiveness. That is, I don't know, it's such a tricky subject because when you're angry with someone and you want to forgive them, kind of like the first thing that you think because you want to forgive them, but you're not. You start to wonder what exactly is forgiveness. That's like the first big thing. And well, the definition of forgiveness online dictionary says it's to stop feeling angry or resentful towards someone for an offense, flaw, or mistake. So it's to stop a natural feeling. Is that easy for INFPs? I I don't know. I was kind of thinking about this a lot. Do you, other INFPs, do you feel like you forgive easily? I'm very curious. Now, I know what happens with me. There are two answers to this question as far as I go, but I don't know if I'm reflecting most INFPs in this regard. So I'm just going to say this, and please, somebody who watches this, if anybody watches this, just tell me what you think as an INFP. All right. So the first answer to the question is yes, I do forgive very easily. That's the first answer. And here's why. Because when I initially begin a relationship with someone, and it could be any sort of relationship, doesn't matter. Even if it's just like with I go to Sonic a lot to get their lemonade, and I go so much that like I've started to know some of the car hops, and they know me. So even that kind of relationship is included. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, so in any sort of relationship I enter with somebody, I like them. Like, just my gut right away reaction is to be like, ooh, new person. I like them. Everything about them's great. La, la, la. So it's very easy for me in that mindset to notice flaws because, we notice a lot of stuff as INFPs. We notice almost everything. I notice them, but I'm like, this person is so cool though. Who cares about that? It doesn't matter. I like them, la la la. So, like, whatever happens, if they do something to offend me, if they even say something racist, which has happened so many times with so many of my close friends, I'm just like, oh, that's okay. I know you don't mean that. It's fine. It's okay. Very easily. And I thoroughly mean that. It's not like fake, it's from the bottom of my heart. Except, and here's where the second answer to that question comes in when the answer is no, I do not forgive easily. Except below the bottom of your heart, or this heart apparently, there is another set of emotions that are lurking that I like don't have access to at the moment. And I realize I am getting angry. Like every time they do something that kind of jags me or bothers me, I get angry. Except I don't feel it like I don't feel it right away, but it's there. I don't feel it until maybe even years later, especially if they keep doing a little bit of the same thing over and over and over again, and I keep forgiving them, and then finally, months or years later, I'm like, okay, that's enough, and I kind of do the infamous INFP with my phone, never call them because I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm angry. And I can, because I remember all the way back when I was forgiving them, I remember all that. And in my gut, I'm starting to feel like, oh my gosh, that made me mad. And it's been making me mad this whole time. I just didn't feel it until now. So that's weird. Like, I don't know if that is just a Paula thing or if that is an INFP thing, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And I wish I did not do that. Um, because I like being able to forgive people, like that initial reaction where I do easily forgive, which I think a lot of us do. I think we easily forgive. But then all of a sudden, you realize you've got this whole set of repeated offenses that are making you angry deep down in your gut. And you didn't even know that feeling was there until it resurfaced later. Like, why does that happen? It's almost a delayed response to something that's built up over time. I don't like it. And I don't know how to fix that. So, other INFPs, do you have this problem? And if so, like, what the heck is that? And how do you not do that? Because I don't like it. But and maybe INFJs would have an answer to that too, because they seem to understand us very well and know how we can be better people, because they're always kind of lecturing us. But sometimes their lectures are really have good points. So if an INFJ wants to lecture me and all of us others about that, please feel free. But speaking of forgiveness, I don't know if you are aware of the YouTuber Jenna Marbles. She's been one of my favorite YouTubers since forever, like since she started probably in, I think, 2010 or 2011. But yesterday actually, she posted this really, really tearful apology for posting videos that one of them involved her using blackface, and I didn't even know that video existed. I missed that one. And for a couple of other videos that she feels she was slut shaming people in, or she's been told she was slut shaming people in, and doing other things that were offensive to viewers. So she was very upset, not with the people who were offended, but with herself. And she started crying, and she announced that she is going to take a break from her YouTube channel, either permanently or maybe just for a short hiatus. I'm curious to know how other INFPs feel about that when you see someone who is not a person of color apologize openly the way she did. Do you think that that's handled? Do you think that she, in this instance, handled it appropriately or not? I'm very curious about the response to that. On my part, when I saw it, I started crying with her, like, because she's such an adorable person, and because it was sincere. She wasn't saying all that for attention or to come across as I'm woke. A lot of people do that, and it's so annoying. Like, oh, just shut up and go sit down. But not her. She really meant that. Um, and I hope that she does not. This is just my thing. I hope that she does not shut down her YouTube channel, because I feel like it's beneficial to the world. I feel like we live in a world where there's so much sadness. Like, I watch her channel for comfort. It makes me feel better. Like, I work in the news industry, so I see, well, all of us see, you don't have to work in news to know that the world is basically on fire, like in some places, literally. Um, and it's disturbing. But then when you want to push that aside for a second and watch something funny, you can go to Jenna Marbles and you will laugh. Now, has she done things in the past that are offensive? Obviously, yes. Yeah. But I feel like she did the right thing in apologizing. And I hope that instead of shutting down everything and leaving a huge void in comedy and in kindness on YouTube, that she does what Conan O'Brien has done. Conan is not a person of color, if you don't want to call Irish people people of color, which I don't know why you wouldn't want to, but that's the world we live in. The way he addressed Black Lives Matter issue and the issue of racial inequality is he invites people of color on his show, especially Black people right now, and he has them talk about issues and why these issues matter and what people like Conan can do to support their fellow Black brothers and Black sisters and Brown brothers and Brown sisters. And I think that's really smart. He's using, because even though he's a comedian, he's humbly taking a step back and using his platform as a base, a center for people who need to be heard to come on up and be heard. And that's something that I could see Jenna Marbles doing. She's also a comedian, and a lot of people like me adore her. So she could use her platform in a similar way. So I'm glad she apologized, and I think it was very sincere. And I'm gonna miss seeing her cute little dogs and her hot boyfriend, sorry, on her YouTube channel and just her crazy life. It's so cute, and I hope that it does not go away forever. Well, those are my thoughts for today, except I probably will come back on and post a book review. This channel is so random, but yeah, I think I'm going to come back later on and post a book review about a book I read. And yeah, but that's it for this. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.